Hello, my friend. This is Clyde. Field trip to the big museum. In Genesis 2 verse 1 we read, "Then the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array." Yesterday we started school, and today, very early in the school program, we're going on a field trip to a huge, gigantic, magnificent museum. This field trip is going to blow your mind, but it is going to be helpful to you because don't forget that this is school and there is something in this field trip just for you. Today we're going to watch and see a replay of how God did this thing that we call planet Earth. You see, God had made heaven and earth and they were just there. In Genesis 1 and verse 2, we learned, because we cannot see, that the earth was covered in darkness. You get it? What is darkness? We will soon find out. And God said, this is the first time earth is going to hear God's voice. Let there be light. And guess what? There was light. Just as you were about to ask what is light, light appeared, and now you see what darkness is. Darkness was night and light was day. God created the thing called time, day and night. That was day one. And God said, let there be a vault or a firmament between the waters to separate water from water. What's a vault? Hold your breath. God called the vault sky. The sky is between water above and water below. End of the second day. And God said, do you realize that every time God said, something happened? Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place and let dry ground appear. What did he call that? He called the ground land and the waters he called seas. He made the seas just by speaking. So first we have light, then we have sky, and today we have land separated from sea. God is going somewhere. Just watch. Did you hear that? He looked at land and sea, and for the first time we hear this great God say, that's good. And we say, God, you are good. Oh, he turned to land and we read, then God said, let land produce vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. What did he just do? Oh, you missed it? He spoke and two forms of plant life appeared. There was one set that are seed-bearing plants. And if you look next to them, you see where he created trees. Many different trees bearing fruit. Many different fruits with seed that are specific to each kind of tree, each kind of fruit. And for the second time in one day, God said, that's good. That means things were going according to plan, and this is only day 3. You guessed it. And God said, let there be lights in the sky to create seasons and divisions of time. Then he created lights in the sky to give light to the earth. What's going on? He called one of them sun that would be useful by days, and the lesser one, but equally important, he called it moon to be active at nights. Oh. And just when you were wondering what next, he created stars. Billions of stars, and he set them in the sky. They were not attached to anything. He just made the stars to sit there in the sky, and they have never ever fallen to the earth. On this occasion, on day 4, he said again, that's good. And God said, you're beginning to like this, don't you? This time, let the water be filled with creatures, fish, shrimp, whale, dolphin, manatee, and so much more creatures that would live in the waters. And then he spoke for creatures to fly above the ground, birds of all kinds and descriptions, big birds, small birds, birds with long beaks, birds that made loud noises, all kinds of birds, and all kinds of fish. Now listen to this. He is about to speak to the birds and the fish in the sea. Be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the birds increase over the earth. Wait a minute. Did you notice that he made trees and fruit-bearing trees the day before he created birds and fish? That's brilliant, God. He created the food for them before he made them. And all of this on day 5. What next? And God said. How many times have you heard me say this? What's next for God? What is he coming up with? What is missing? God spoke to land, and he told land to produce living creatures with all kinds of distinctions, which is why we have dogs and cats and cattle and lions, elephants, rats, squirrel, hippopotamus, and so on. In fact, there were 3 groups of animals. Wild animals of various kinds, livestock of various kinds, and all those other animals that crawl and creep. He ain't done yet. He's about to speak. Let's lean in. God said, let us make mankind in our image and in our likeness. What is mankind? Oh, he will rule over the animals on land and sea and air. God did just that. He created humans, and hear this. He turned around and he spoke to the man and the woman and told them to be fruitful and increase in numbers, fill the earth and subdue it, rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky and over every living creature that moves on the ground. Wow! Catch this part, guys. God stepped back, looked around and said, this is very good. Creation was done, and he was satisfied. Time to go home, but let me talk to you personally. This strip started off showing us nothing, darkness, empty earth, and God spoke. For 6 days, God spoke, and things appeared in different forms and in order. You have something in your life, your world, that is broken, barren, empty, lacking, something that is a failure. You think that God has forgotten you. You think there is no God. You think that you have waited for too long and you're about to give up, but just you wait, like earth did. God is going to speak into your life, into your circumstances, and when he's done with you, he will bring you to the point where you will say, that's very good. Wait for God to speak into your situation, and I know it will be very good. Listen even now as God speaks solutions, answers, provisions, good things. God is right there in your nothingness, about to speak light into your darkness, life into your dead situations, good into your bad world. He did it for this planet, my friend, and he surely can do it for you. Just wait a little longer. Your day 1 to day 6 is on its way. Your blessing is on its way. The God of creation is coming into your world, and he is bringing good to you.